Brothers and sisters, again, I've been asked to ask the brothers to stand and come as close as forward. Sallu ala Muhammad wa ala Muhammad. And the same thing for the sisters. Please push back. Come closer, please. Come closer. There's more brothers coming in. وإذا قيل لهم تفسحوا في المجالس فافسحوا يفسح الله لكم. Make room. صلوا على محمد وعلى محمد. The third way of getting someone to work with you is by convincing him, persuading him, logically, sit with him, and try to convince him to work with you. This third solution will probably take some time, and it will take a lot of efforts. It will take time and efforts, but at the end of the day, it's the best solution. It's the most effective solution. Convincing and persuading is a lot more effective than forcing and bribing. It's effective. One day, Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa alihi wa sallam was sitting with a group of companions. A young man comes to Rasulullah. He says, Ya Rasulullah, I accept everything in Islam. I accept Tawheed. I accept Al-Ad, Al-Ma'ad. I accept death. I accept heaven and hell and the day of judgment. I've abandoned the idols. I accept everything. I pray, I fast, I pay my charity. But there's one thing I can't accept. There's one thing I don't understand why it's unlawful. What is that? He said adultery. Why is adultery forbidden? I'm a free human being. It's my right to do whatever I want. And as long as it's consensual, what's wrong with it? As soon as he uttered this, a group of companions began to yell at him and shout at him. Don't say this. This is heresy. And they almost drove him off. So I said, hold on a second. Is he talking to you or is he talking to me? He's asking me the question. Let me answer. Since I was asked. I told him, please be seated. He asked him, you have a sister? He said, yes. You have a wife? Yes. You have a mother? You have a daughter? He said, yes. He said, would you like it if your sister performs adultery? If she performs adultery every day with a different person, would you like that? He said, of course not. How about your wife? Of course not. Your mother, your daughter? Of course not. Rasulullah said, when you perform adultery with someone, with a female, hopefully it's a female, that female is either someone's sister, or someone's mother, or someone's wife, or someone's daughter. Think of it this way. احبب للناس ما تحب لنفسك. Like for others what you like for yourself. If you don't want these things to happen to yourself, don't let it happen to others. The young man got up. He says, he looked to the companions. He said, when I came, there's nothing that I enjoyed more than adultery. Now, after speaking to Rasulullah, there's nothing that I hate more than adultery. The power of convincing. The power of persuading. The Quran says, ادعو إلى سبيل ربك بالحكمة والموعظة الحسنة. When you call people to Islam, call them with logic, with wisdom. This sort of wisdom. The wisdom of Rasulullah and the wisdom of Ahlul Bayt. You don't need to drive off people from Islam, scare them away. There's nothing scary about Islam. Our teachings are not scary. Our teachings are appealing. And it depends on how we make them appealing. Sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. Joseph Nye, the Dean of Kennedy School of Government at Harvard University, wrote a book called Soft Power. And this book became a bestseller in the United States and in other places. Joseph Nye discusses the issue of power. He defines power as the ability to affect people's actions to get your desired results. In other words, in simple terms, power is the ability to get people to do what you want. Joseph Nye says that there's two kinds of power. There's hard power and there's soft power. Hard power is the ability to affect people's actions, to get your desired results through hard means, meaning military confrontation, military strikes, nuclear power, threats, weapons of mass destruction. This is called hard power. And then you have soft power. Soft power is the ability to affect people's actions to get your desired results by peaceful ways, peaceful manners, persuasive manners, by sitting together and convincing the other side. Joseph Nye says that in recent history, by the way, to give an example, if the UK today wants to perform an alliance with North Korea, even though that's almost impossible, but let's imagine, imagining the impossible is not impossible. Let's imagine if the UK today wants to perform an alliance with North Korea and develop business relations with that country. It has two ways. It could either use hard power by threatening North Korea with a military strike and with a military occupation, or it could convince North Korea to become an ally through soft power by showing the prosperous economy of England, for example. I know that it's not doing so well now, but as an example. He continues that today, in modern politics, hard power has proven to be ineffective. Hard power has proven to be ineffective. For example, during the Vietnam War with the U.S. is the strongest superpower, military power in the world. Yet who won and who lost in the Vietnam War? The U.S. lost. What good did its hard power do? Nothing. On 9/11, the greatest superpower in the world was hit right in its heart. It has its hard power. Yet what good was its hard power on 9/11? In Afghanistan today the strongest military is owned by the U.S. Yet it's failing in Afghanistan. After 7 years of war, it's failing. What good was its hard power? In fact, hard power has been proven to be ineffective, costly, and extremely expensive. It creates enemies. It creates more enemies than in the past. Look at the United States of America. Before 9/11, America had one enemy, and that was Osama bin Laden. Today, after 8 years, the United States of America, due to the radical policies of the previous administration, has created thousands of Osama bin Ladens. Has created thousands of enemies. If they had one enemy today, they have thousands of enemies. Why? Because of using hard power. This is a result of hard power. Soft power, on the other hand, Joseph Nye continues, has proven to be more effective during modern politics today. He mentions this example. In 2001, the Indian foreign minister took a plane and flew to Afghanistan. He landed in Kabul with a plane full of what? What do you think? Weapons? Cash? Journalists? No. The Indian foreign minister arrived in Afghanistan in 2001 with a plane full of Indian movies from Bollywood. Indeed. Why? Why Indian movies? Because he knows that in order for Afghanistan and India to develop better relations, Afghans need to understand Indians, need to fall in love with the Indian culture. How? Through Bollywood. Through movies. Thus, this proves that Bollywood is a major source of soft power for India.